The highlight of Mark chapter 12 is when Jesus responds to the question, which is the first commandment, the greatest commandment of them all? His response is given in Mark chapter 12, verses 29 to 31, and it is profound and powerful. Here's what we see. Jesus answered him, "The first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment. And the second, like it, is this, You shall love your neighbor as yourself. There is no other commandment greater than these." So Jesus declares that the most important command is to love God with our entire heart, soul, mind, and strength, as per Deuteronomy chapter 6. Thus, we're to be devoted to the one true God and to Him only. In addition, Jesus gives the second most important command, to love your neighbor as yourself, as per Leviticus chapter 19. Here are 3 observations from Jesus' response. Observation number 1, love for God is to be at the core of our lives. It's a heart issue. If our heart is right, our actions will follow. Adherence to other commands tends to fall into place when we're walking in obedience to the greatest command. For example, we're to pray without ceasing. Well, if we love God, we'll want to pray without ceasing and do other good things as well. Observation number 2, love for God goes hand in hand with love for people. Jesus said that the second command, to love our neighbor, is like the first command, to love God. If someone really loves God, that person will show it by loving people who are made in the image of God. And if someone is not really loving people, it's likely that they're not loving God as well. The two go hand in hand. And then observation number 3, love for God and love for people are commands. Thus, love is not ultimately a feeling, it's an act of the will. We're to choose to love God, and we're to choose to love people, each and every day, even when we may not feel like it. In reflection, are we keeping our underlying focus on loving God? Are there any other gods/idols competing in our hearts for our love reserved for God alone? Are you and I choosing to love God every day, even when we may not feel like it? Similarly, are we choosing to love our neighbor every day, even when we may not feel like it? Let's walk with a wholehearted love for God and show it by loving our neighbor. Thanks for listening.